Welcome back, guys, to another live. Hope everybody's doing great. We're back here live on TikTok to analyze, trade, and learn. Let's double tap on our screen. Let's get the likes up to 3K. Once we get to 3K likes, then we can start. Let's double tap on our screen, guys. Let's get the likes to 3,000. Double tap. We're just getting started. Once we get to 3,000 likes, we'll begin the analysis. Good to see you back in the evening. Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a while since I've been live on this account. For those who don't know, I have a backup account which I've been using to go live on, just because this account was sort of like I couldn't go live on it. So I've been going live on my backup account, which you guys should follow. If you're not yet following it, make sure you follow it. Just in case, if I don't go live on this account, I'll go live on the other account. So make sure you follow it, and also make sure to join the Telegram channel. If you're not already in it, make sure to join the Telegram group. The link is in the bio. So head over to the TikTok bio and join the Telegram channel. Okay, so we're going to get started soon. We'll start off by analyzing gold. After gold, we are going to go ahead and analyze other pairs like GBPUSD, AURJPY, and so on. I think I'm going to be live for about like an hour or so. So let's keep tapping on our screen. Let's keep tapping on our screen. Can you explain this? I'm going to be explaining it very soon. To be exact, I see a break of structure, yeah? On the 15 minutes, yes. On the 15 minutes, there was a break right over here, okay? So there was a break right here, and then price pulled back and ended up buying. And now the market is retracing, okay? It is retracing. However, it is currently at an area for a potential bounce back up. So this is why I'm currently taking this long, okay, anticipating that the price is going to bounce back up from this area, 30. So between 32.98 and 33.07. So that's the area that I'm anticipating the price to bounce back up from. So let's tap on our screen, guys. Let's get the lights up. I'm going to start the analysis very soon. Just give me a few minutes and then we'll get started. Guys, make sure to follow my backup account, okay? I'm going to tag that backup account on this live. That way you guys can follow it. So let's get started. Good evening, everyone. Hope you guys are doing great. Go back here live on TikTok to analyze, trade, and learn. If this is your first time joining the live, welcome. Great to have you here. What are doing the live? Please analyze the forex market here. I look at things like gold, GBPUSD, AUD/USD. This is a great place to learn about trading if you are a beginner. I come live Monday to Thursday, starting from 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And now I'm also going to start coming live in the evening. I used to come live in the evening, but I stopped. But now I'm back. I'm going to start coming live around this time. So 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so make sure you follow me here on TikTok and join the Telegram group so you can stay connected. The link to the Telegram group is on the bio. Okay, so let's get started. Let's keep tapping on the screen, guys. Let's get the likes to 10,000. Double tap on your screen. So let's start off by analyzing gold. Okay, so earlier this morning when we analyzed gold, okay, on the morning live session, the price was trading. Where was it trading? It was trading like around 33.13, and then since then, from here, the price basically pushed all the way up to 33.38. And then once it got to 33.38, okay, 33.38, it started selling up. Okay, so we're seeing like a major sell-off at that resistance here, 33.38. Okay, and this is a good area that I told you guys to also take a short if the price comes to that area. Okay, I'm anticipating that the price is going to go down from that area. Okay, but the way it is actually pulling down, okay, this is actually a lot. Okay, it's pulling down a lot. However, we have a support right here around 32.98. So between 32.98 and 33.07, this is an area where the price could potentially bounce back up from. Okay, so the overall trend on gold, okay, if I zoom out, let me just zoom out. The overall trend here is still bullish. Okay, so the bigger trend, the price here is still in an uptrend. And the level that we're still watching out for is 32.45. Okay, so this is where that green line is. 32.45 is basically the level that if the price comes to, we don't want to see the price break below that level. If it breaks below that level, okay, then we could actually see gold dropping further down. Okay, so yeah, so now I've marked out the levels here. Right now, we're going to focus on what's happening on this current structure right here. Okay, so the price of gold is at a good area to bounce back up. So I'm going to be looking for opportunity to actually go long where the price is at right now. Let's tap on our screen, guys. Let's get the likes to 10,000. Double tap on your screen. Double tap on your screen, guys. Let's get the likes to 10K. Okay. So I'm going to switch to the 1 hour time frame. Okay. So on the 1 hour time frame, we have two things happening here. Okay. We have the bigger trend, which is upward. Okay. We have the bigger trend, which is upward. And then on the right side of the chart here, we have the minor trend, which is bearish. Okay, so the minor trend is currently bearish. And what has happened so far? We can see gold broke above this lower high. Okay, it broke above this current lower high. Now, when it broke above that, this current low here becomes a very strong support. Okay, this current low here, 32.98, becomes a very strong support. So this is an area where the price should bounce back up to at least 33.21. Okay, so I'm expecting the gold price to actually bounce back up to at least 33.21. So yeah, and then for the price to actually go higher from where it is, okay, the main target where I want to see gold go all the way to is 33.92. Okay, however, for that to happen, we need the price of gold to break this current. We need the price of gold to break this current resistance here, 33.44. Okay, which it hasn't broken that. Okay, it got near it, but it didn't break it. So right now the price is back at a support where it could actually use to bounce back up. Okay, if we lose this current support here, this is 32.89. Okay, if the price actually breaks below this 32.89, then that is not going to be good. Okay, it's going to actually start selling off. So the last major area for price to actually use to bounce back up is that 32.89. We don't want to see gold below 32.89. If it breaks below 32.89, then that's not going to be good. Thank you, Albo, for the roses. Okay. Okay, so that is it. Now I'm going to mark out the area for a short. Okay. So let me mark out the area for a potential short here. Okay. See. Okay. So good area to enter short. Okay. For scalping, it's going to be around 33.10. Okay. So 33.10 and 33.14. When gold comes to that area, we're going to enter a short. For those who want to enter a short, you can look for short around 33.10 and 33.14. Okay, so the price of gold is not there yet, but it's going to make its way there. Let's see how it goes. Let's tap on our screen, guys. Let's get the likes up to 10,000. Double tap on your screen. Let's get the likes up, guys. Double tap. Thank you, Cecile, which is your second account. So my second account is on this live here, Trading with Sarah Backup. Make sure to follow that account, guys, and also make sure to join the Telegram channel if you want to get more trading signals and more trading education completely for free. Make sure to join it. The link is in the bio. Okay, so like I said, we're going to look for short on gold around 33.10 and 33.14. Okay, price of gold is not there yet. Okay, I'm going to be manually watching it on my other screen here while I analyze something else. Okay, so next pair on the list is going to be GBPUSD. Let me bring it up. So one more. Yeah. Okay. Let me bring up GBPUSD. All right. So let's see what happened to GBPUSD. Okay. So you can see GBPUSD hit the first TP, which was at 35.63. It hit that. And the second TP, which was at 35.82, that one it didn't hit. Okay. So it got rejected at 35.64 and then started heading back down. So let me just see here. Okay, the stop loss. If you took this trade, okay, I hope you broke even because the price is back at the entry. So I hope you broke even. But let's see what has happened. So this GBPUSD pair is still, yeah, it is still basically, it's still bullish. Okay, it's still bullish because it hasn't broken that 34.91. Okay, it hasn't broken that 34.91, so it is still bullish. Okay, if it comes to 34.91, we're gonna wait to see how the market reacts at that area. If it is holding that support, then we can look to go long. Okay, if the price is holding that 34.91 support here, then we can look to go long at that area. But if it doesn't, then that means it's going to break it. If it breaks below that, then this is not going to be good. The price is going to start heading further down. Okay, but so far that hasn't happened. What we are seeing right now is, let me look at it very close here. I'm going to delete this. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm also going to delete. Also going to delete this here. Okay, so basically where the prices are right now, it's just back at this support here that it initially used to bounce back up to 35.80. Okay, the price has basically returned back to this area. Okay, now this is an area where this is an area to look for opportunity to go long. Okay, this is a good area to go long. If the price is going to hold that, then this is a good area to go long. Okay, so yeah, so basically with GBPUSD here, it is at a good area to go long. If you were looking to go long on GBPUSD, this is one area to look for long. Okay, that's one good area. And then the next best area to go long on GBPUSD is going to be around 1.3492. Okay. Yeah, so let me move on to the next pair. Let's tap on our screen, guys. Let's get the likes up in about, let's just say in about 15 minutes, we'll start the trading education part of this live session. Okay. If we can get the live to at least 20,000, that would be great. Tap on your screen, guys. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Once we get the likes to at least 20,000, I'm going to provide you guys with some trading knowledge that can help you to be able to better analyze the chart. Okay, so let's tap on our screen. Let's get the likes to 20K. Double tap on your screen. So far, I've analyzed gold. Okay, I've analyzed gold, GBPUSD. Now, next on the list is going to be, let's look at USDJPY, okay? Because I believe this is a pair that I analyzed as well earlier today. I want to see if the analysis played out, okay? So this is AUD/USD. And would you look at that? The analysis actually played out. Okay. So I basically told you guys, if you were on this live earlier in the morning, you would have seen my analysis, which was that USDJPY was going to go long. Okay, and this is exactly what it did. So now what has happened so far? Well, the price is now, it is now officially back in an uptrend. Initially, it was in this downtrend, but now it has resumed back to an uptrend, okay, based on this current time frame here. So now we're going to follow this uptrend here. So let me delete this stuff here. Okay, so currently we have the current high right over here. Okay, so this is the current high here for USDJPY, which it is in the process of breaking. Okay, we want to see this current 1 hour candle to break above that high. It hasn't done that yet. There's about 38 minutes left for the price to break above that current high. Okay, so I'm going to just mark it here. Okay, so I've marked that area. And then we have this low here as well, which I'm going to mark. Okay. So we USDJPY. I would let it be for now. Okay, we want to wait for the current 1 hour candle to close above this current resistance here, 145. Okay, 145.07. We want to wait for it to close above that so that we can confirm the breakout. And once it does that, then we can look to go long at the pullback. Okay, can look to go long at the pullback. One area of support that the price could pull back to. Number one, we have so right over here. Okay, so we have right over here, we have an area that the price could pull back to. Okay, so I'm going to just mark that down. So we could look for a potential opportunity to go long around 144.66. Okay, 144.66 would be a good area to go long on USDJPY once that 1 hour candle closes above the current resistance 145.08. Okay, so there's 37 minutes left for that to happen. So we'll come back to USDJPY later on. Okay, but in the meantime, where is USDJPY heading? Okay, where is it heading right now? Let's see. Okay, so with USDJPY, we also have we have this resistance right here. Okay, I'm also going to mark that area because this is a good area to look for a short when the price taps into that area. This is a good area for a short. Okay, so I'm expecting the price to push all the way to this area, and then this is going to be a good area for a short. Okay, so this is around 145.59, 145.74. Good area to go short. I'm watching gold on the other side. It's still going. It hasn't really done much. It's still like ranging around that support. So okay, so yeah, so USDJPY, there's nothing here. Okay, for now, based on the strategy that I use and all that, I don't really see any opportunity to enter a long or a short. For now, it's just a matter of waiting for the price to either come back down to 144.66 for a long, or I want to wait for the price to come up to 145.60, okay, for a short. Price is neither at this area, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to enter any trade, right? Because I don't want to force the trade. I want to always make sure I'm entering at the best possible area, okay? So let's move on to the next pair on the list. Let's look at EURJPY here. Let's see what is happening with this one. Okay, so this is another pair that I analyzed earlier on this live. Okay, on the live that I did in the morning. So with EURJPY, essentially what I said is that number one, this pair here is trending up. Okay, so this is the 1 hour time frame. The price is currently in an uptrend on this 1 hour time frame. Guys, let's tap on our screen, double tap on your screen. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes to 20,000. Okay, let's get the likes to 20,000. If you're just joining the live, welcome. It's great to have you here. What I'm doing right now on the live is analyzing EURJPY. This is a Forex pair that I do trade and analyze. If you are a beginner in trading, you want to learn about trading, then make sure to join my live. I come live Monday to Thursday, starting from 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And the second time that I come live is at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow me on TikTok. Join the Telegram group so you can get more information completely for free. The link to the Telegram group is on my bio. Okay? This is the best place to be in if you're serious about mastering your trading skills, you're serious about growing your account, then make sure you join the Telegram channel. Link is on the bio. Okay? Also follow my backup trading account is listed on this live. You can see it below. Trading with Sarah backup. Follow that account as well. That way, in case I don't come live on this account, I'm going to make sure I come live on the other account. Hey, Sarah, it's been forever. Be on the lookout for trade war happening. Okay, I haven't been reading the YouTube comments. Hi, King Chosen. Hello, Cecile. Hello, everybody. Those on YouTube. Nice to see you guys. Okay. All right. So let me lower this volume. It's actually too loud. Okay. So EURJPY, what are we seeing? Okay. So on the live earlier this morning, I basically say, yeah, this thing is going up, right? When I analyze it, I believe the price was at this resistance here. It was at 164.98. It was at that resistance, which I told you guys, don't go long yet. Okay. What you want to see is wait to see if the price is going to break above that resistance. Okay. Because you don't want to ever go long at a resistance. Anytime the price is at a resistance, no matter where you think it's going to go, it's better safe than sorry. Don't go long at a resistance. Okay, that's the rule of thumb. So the best thing to do is to wait for the price to break that resistance. If it breaks above that resistance, then you can look to go long. So EURJPY actually did break the resistance. As you can see here, we got this 1 hour candle that closed above this resistance. Okay. So the 1 hour candle closed above that resistance. So this was now a good opportunity to go long. Okay. So you could have gone long after seeing this 1 hour candle closing above that resistance. And yeah, and then you could have targeted this high here as your TP. If you're buying from here, then you get out here. You know, that's like, it's not that much tips, right? But it's a one good area to target. And yeah, so now the uptrend is continuing. So now I'm going to shift things. Okay. So now the market has given us a new high. This is the current high that the price is currently creating. That is the current high. The previous high is right over here at 165.28. Okay. So I'm going to actually mark that down. Let me delete all of this. I'm going to delete all of this because it's no longer needed. So I'm deleting that, and now I'm going to mark this current high. Now before I do that, I want to see what this red line that I have on the chart. Let's go. Okay, it's actually purple. Okay, so let me go. Okay, I think that was something I was showing this like an example. Okay, so I'm going to delete that as well. Let's head over back to the 1 hour time frame. So let's see here on this 1 hour time frame, we have this high right here. So I'm going to mark it down. Okay, and then we have the low right here. I'm going to mark that down. Okay, let's delete this. Okay, so right now we can see where the price is at. Okay, so I've marked the previous high, and I've also marked the previous higher low right here. Okay, mark the previous high and then the previous higher low right here, and this is where the prices are right now. It's currently breaking that high to 165 165.28 is breaking that. The 1 hour candle is not yet closed. There's still about 29 minutes for that candle to close. Okay, so if the candle closes above that, then it's going to be the breakout is confirmed. It's not yet confirmed until that candle has closing above that resistance. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to mark here is going to be a good area for us to look for to go long. Okay, so whenever the price is in an uptrend, this is an uptrend, right? Whenever the price is in an uptrend, a good area for you to look for opportunity to go long is at the internal support or the previous higher low. Okay, so internal support or the previous higher low, this is a good area to look for opportunity to go long. So looking at this pair here, we have an internal support right over here, which I'm going to mark. Okay, so I'm marking that internal support right there. So if the price comes at that area, this is 165.05. When it comes there, I want to see whether it's actually going to hold that internal support or not. If it does hold it, then we can look for long opportunity there. If it doesn't hold it, then we're going to look for opportunity to go long at the higher low, okay, which is like around 164.64. So these are the only two areas that is safe and better to go long at. Okay, now the other thing I'm going to mark here, let me delete this, okay, is the second higher low. Okay, I'm going to mark that second higher low as well. Very, very important to mark that level, okay, because this is one area that actually will determine whether the price is switching from an uptrend to a downtrend. Okay, so this is another level that when price comes to, you also want to see how the market reacts. Okay, if the price comes to this area and it's holding it, then you can look for long. Okay, but if the price comes to this area and it breaks below it, this means that we actually close a 1 hour bearish candle below that support. Then this means that it has failed to hold that support. So the next thing that's going to happen is that the price is actually going to drop further down. Okay, so I've marked it, and yeah, so far right now, EURJPY is currently making this new high, so there's really nothing we can do right now. It's best to just wait for the price to pull back, right? We want to wait for the price to pull back for us to actually look to go long. You never want to go long at, when the price is forming a new high. It is usually not a good area to go long, because that is an area that is very high risk. Usually anytime price forms a new high, majority of the time it tends to pull back to the previous high before it continues going back up. So you need to practice patience. Sometimes you can feel like you're going to miss out on the move, but you have to remember that price will always come back down. Okay, eventually it may not come back down right away, but eventually it is going to come back down. Okay, so this is basically the overall market structure for EURJPY on this 1 hour time frame. It is currently bullish and it is heading up. If we look at the daily time frame, on this daily time frame, there was also something that I marked here. Let's see. Okay, let me go back. There's some stuff I need to delete here. Okay, so on this daily time frame, we also have the price is also breaking this high. Okay, on the daily time frame, 165.20 was the previous high on the daily time frame, which the market is actually in the process of breaking. So for this daily time frame, there's like 18 hours, 24 minutes left for that to close. Yeah, so there is 18 hours and 23 or 24 minutes left for that to close. So yeah, so even on this daily time frame, it looks like the price is going to be heading up. There is a resistance around so starting from 165.90, okay, 165.90 and 166.67. We have a strong resistance at that area. This is a good area for the price to actually pull back down from. Okay, so just keep an eye of that area. If you're looking for longs and all that, just make sure you're not going long around that area. Okay, so far on the live, let's tap on our screen, guys. If you're enjoying the live so far, you're learning, make sure you give this live a thumbs up. If you're watching on the other platform, give this video a thumbs up. If you're watching on TikTok, double tap on your screen. Let's get the likes up to 20,000. Double tap on your screen. And if you're just joining, welcome. It's great to have you here. Make sure to follow me on TikTok. Join my free Telegram group to get connected, to stay connected, get more free signals and everything. Link to the Telegram group is on my bio. Head over to the bio right now and join it. Okay, make sure you are in the Telegram group. Okay, so I've analyzed gold, number one, which it is currently, the analysis and prediction is that it should buy. Okay, it's anticipating for it to go up. And then I've also told you guys areas where we could look for potential shorts. Okay, so for gold, let me actually open up the chart again for gold here. Let me open it up. Okay, yeah. So the area for short is still around 33.10. So like 33.10.87 and 33.14.74. This is an area where we can look for short on gold. Okay, but for now it is, the prediction is that it should go back up, okay, to 33.21. So that's gold. And then we look at GBPUSD, which, like I said, is in a good area to go long. Okay, so for GBPUSD, if you're trying to go long, this is a good area for the price of GBPUSD to actually bounce back up from. Okay, and lastly, we looked at EURJPY, which what did we say? This one is also going up, but the price is not yet at the area for us to join the trend. So with this one, we have to just wait for the price to pull back down. Okay, so we want to look to go long around 165.05. around there, 165.05 and so on. And then we also look at USDJPY, which, yeah, this one too, we can't really enter any trade right now because the price is not at the area of interest, which is 144.65. Okay, so there's nothing to trade on this pair here. Okay, so I think I'm going to pause right now with the analysis portion of this live. I want to jump into the educational part of the live. Okay, because I know many of you guys are beginners. You know, there's a lot about trading that you guys probably don't understand. So I want to break it down for you guys a little bit. Okay. Now, as you guys are listening in, please tap on your screen, double tap. Let's get the likes up to 20,000. If you're enjoying the live, you're learning, show support by just tapping on the screen, share the live. Let's get more people in here to join and learn. Okay. All right, so let's start with the educational part of this live. I'm going to open up a random pair. I'm actually going to open up, let me open up gold. Okay, I'm going to select a random gold chart for us to, I think I already had one earlier. Today. Okay, yeah, so this is it. Okay, so let's start. Okay, let me start. Now, before I start, is that TradingView, Sarah? Yes, it is TradingView. I want to know your levels. There's about 34 people watching right now. And then I have 6 on the other platform. How many of you guys, like, type your trading experience level? Are you a beginner, intermediate, or advanced? Beginner, intermediate, or advanced? See, Bob said advanced. Andy said learning level. King of positivity, beginner. Let's say beginner. Okay. Okay. So I see most of us are beginners. Okay. So since we're beginners, that means I will basically start from the beginning. Like, I'm not gonna go I'm not gonna go very in the beginning, but let me just start. Okay. So number one, okay, what I wanna explain to you guys. Number one, okay, what we have on the chart here, I'm assuming you guys know what it's called. These are called candlesticks. Okay, so this red and green stuff, they're called candlesticks. Okay, so the green one tells us price has gone up. The red one tells us price has gone down. Okay, so those are called candlesticks. Okay, so these candlesticks get created every single so there's different time periods, right? So we have different time periods whereby this candlesticks gets created. There is, we have 1 second, 5 second, and it goes all the way to like 12 months. Okay. So if you are analyzing, right, by the way, the one platform that you can analyze on is called tradingview.com. This is the platform that I'm currently on right now, tradingview.com. This is the place where you can be able to see these candlesticks for many different Forex pairs. There's like over 100 Forex pairs that exist. So you can go on tradingview.com and look for these pairs to analyze. Okay. Now, one thing I want to note, if you're someone that's just getting started in trading, one pair that I would recommend for you guys, the pairs that I recommend for you guys to analyze and trade, GBP, USD, okay, GBPUSD, Euro, USD, AUD, USD, and also I'm going to say gold as well, okay? Because from my experience, these pairs, they tend to respect a lot of the things that I'm going to explain to you guys, okay? So GBPUSD, Euro USD, AUD USD, gold, EURJPY, USD JPY, okay? So these pairs here, they tend to respect market structure, which I'm going to explain to you guys, and they move very well, okay? If you understand what I'm going to explain to you, you should be able to find trading opportunities with these pairs, okay? Forget about all the other pairs that exist out there. You do not need to trade every single pairs out there, okay? It's always good. Choose one or two pairs and focus on just trading those pairs. That's it. Learn it, master it, and that's all you need, okay? You don't need to be trading all the other pairs that's out there. It's not really good for managing your risk, okay? All right, so like I was saying, these candlesticks, there's different time periods that they get created from, okay? So we have 1 second, 5 second, and it goes all the way up to like 12 months. If you are analyzing, you go to, let's say, for example, 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to switch to the 1 minute time period right now. On this 1 minute time period, what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing candlesticks, right? So these candlesticks, each individual candlesticks represent 1 minute. So this means this one here that I'm touching, this was 1 minute. The next one, this is a minute. The other one, this is a minute. So basically every minute a new candle is created, okay? Every minute a new candle is created. Now, to see what the current candle, like what is the current candle that's being created, you have to look on the right, right? So if you're on the chart, by default, you should be able to see the current, candlestick that's getting created, okay? So like right now on this gold chart, this is the current candlestick that's getting created. This is live, by the way. You can see how the candle is moving. If it goes up, you're going to see the movement. If it goes down, you're going to see it's literally fluctuating every single second. Okay, so that's the current candlestick. And if you look on the right, of the screen here, there's like a timer. Okay, there's like a little timer there, which is showing you when the candle is going to stop getting created. Okay, there's about 7 seconds left for this candle to stop getting created. Once this one closes, the next one is going to start. As you can see, the next candle just started right now. Now this candle has about 1 minute to finish getting created. After that, then we're going to have a new candlestick. So every single minute, a new candle is being created on this time frame, as I see here, because I'm on the 1 minute, okay? Now, if I want to switch to a different time period, I can just click right here. I can check 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and so on. Now, as a beginner, you shouldn't be looking at the 1 minute time period, okay? Try to avoid looking at the 1 minute time period. You don't want to have any business to do. You don't want to have any business to do with 1 minute time period, okay? That time period is not a good time period for you to be trading for as a beginner, okay? So just completely avoid it. Do not go and look at the 1 minute time period. The time period that I recommend for you to start with, all right? You can start looking at the 1 hour time period, okay? Just jump straight to the 1 hour and then just focus on the 1 hour, and then you can look at time periods that is above 1 hour. Okay, so if I switch, I can switch to the 1 hour, not with gold. Well, with gold, yeah, for me, I trade gold using the 1 hour, and it works pretty well. So the only thing is that the stop loss might be a little bit huge, right? But price respects the structure on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so if I go to the 1 hour, right now I'm on the 1 hour time period. Now you can see the candlesticks is a little bit less. Okay, when I was on the 1 minute time period, there was like a lot of candlesticks and all that. But now that I'm on the 1 hour, we have a lot of candlesticks. Or sorry, we have less candlestick. Okay, does that mean that you are trading with each candle? No, I'm not trading with each candle. No, no, no. I'm going to explain it to you. Okay, just hang in there. Okay, so on this 1 hour time period, each candlestick here represents 1 hour. So every single hour a new candle is created. Now if you touch the candlestick, by the way, it will tell you the time at the bottom. If you just touch it at the bottom, let me actually zoom in. You'll see, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says 22. Okay, that's 10 p.m. So this was 10 p.m. of June 8th. Today is June 9th. Okay, and this next one is 11 p.m. and so on. Okay, so each candle here represents 1 hour. Right now, this is the current 1 hour candle that's getting created. And then we can see on the right side, there's about 8 minutes left for this candle to close. Okay, so in 8 minutes, this candle is going to close. And once it closes, a new candle is going to start. Okay, what happens in 1 hour candle happens in lower time frame. What happens in 1 hour if 1 hour candles? Sorry, I don't get that question. Can you just retype it, explain it better? Okay, so now another thing I want to explain to you guys, how does the candle become red or green? Okay, so what I explained, I basically said, like each candle here, the one that's red tells you that the price has gone down, and then the one that is green tells you that the price has gone up. Now, what determines whether the candle is going to end up being red or green? Okay, it is basically this, right? So remember how I said each, like since I'm on the 1 hour time frame, this means that every hour a new candle is getting created. So when the new candle gets created, whenever a new candle gets created, there is two things. Okay, we have two things, two information that is very it's not that important, but like two information that you're going to get provided with. You have the open. Okay, sorry guys, so you have the open. Okay, so you have the open price, and then you have the closing price. By the way, if you're enjoying the live so far, please tap on the screen. Let's get the likes up to 20,000. Double tap on your screen. If you're just joining the live, welcome. It's great to have you here. Right now I'm providing you guys with really amazing trading knowledge. Make sure to follow me on TikTok. I do come live Monday to Thursday starting from 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, and then I also come live around 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. This is a great place to learn about trading. If you are a beginner in trading, you're going to learn a lot. Promise you, you're going to gain so much value by joining this live. I do have a Telegram group as well, which you can join to get more information. The link is on my bio. So just head over there and join it. Okay. Head to my TikTok bio right now and join the Telegram channel. Okay. So like I was saying, there's two information that is provided to you whenever a new candle is getting created. You have the opening price. Okay. The open price. And then you have the close price. Okay, opening price and close price. Okay, so when a new candle is created, we have the opening price. So immediately once the candle starts, whatever price the market was at that moment, that is going to be the opening price. Okay, whatever price the market is at the moment, that's the opening price. Now, by the time the candle is about to close, whatever price the market is at that point, that is going to be the closing price. Do you understand? So, like for example, this gold candle here, this 1 hour candle, there's 5 minutes left for that candle to close, right? So once that 5 minutes is up, currently the price is at 3309.4. It's fluctuating and so on. But once that 5 minutes is up, whatever the price is at right now, let's say the price was at 3310 as an example, that means the closing price is going to be 3310 and so on. Okay, so what determines whether the candle is going to be red or green? If the price closed, if the closing price was higher than the opening price, then the candlestick is going to be green. Okay, so the price that the market closed at is higher than the price that the market opened at, is going to make it so that that candlestick will be green. Okay, now if the closing price is lower than the opening price, then this is going to make the candlestick to be red. Okay, so if the price closed lower than it had opened, then the candlestick is going to be red. So this is what determines whether the candlestick is going to be red or green. Is the information between the opening price and the closing price. Okay. Another cool thing is when you touch the candlestick on TradingView, you're going to be able to see information about the candlestick at the top. So you can see here at the top here, there's OHLC. Okay. So this O here stands for open, H stands for high, L stands for low, C stands for close. Okay. So when you touch the candlestick, you'll notice at the top, it is giving you information. There's prices next to each of those letters. Okay, there's a price next to O, there's a price next to H, there's a price next to L, there's a price next to C. So O is the opening price, B is the highest price or the highest point the market went to during that time period. L is the lowest point the price went to during that time period. And C is basically the price the market closed at. Okay, so the C is always going to fluctuate until the candle closes, right? So let's tap on our screen, guys. Let's get the likes to 20,000. I don't know why we're still sitting at 16. We're still sitting at 16,000. We should have been at we should have been by 20,000 by now. I don't know why we're still sitting at 16,000. If you're enjoying the live so far, you're learning a lot, make sure to like the live, show support. This is the only way I can know that you guys are actually enjoying the live, you are gaining value from it, is through those likes. If you're not really liking, it's not really helping out, right? It also helps to gain more people to come into the live. So please show the support. If you are learning, type in the comment section learning. Let's make this more engaging. If you are learning, type in the comment section learning. I need everybody. I know you guys you can hear me. So type in the comment section. If you are learning, type you are learning. Hashtag learning. Hashtag learning. Need a signal. Yeah, there's no signal for now. Okay, I've already told you guys for gold, you want to look to go long. All right, for gold, you want to go long. That is it. This is the only signal I've given so far on the live. I don't want to force signals. Always want to make sure I'm giving high quality setups. Okay, so for now, the only signals that's available is a long on gold. Okay, so soon gold is about to give us a short. So price is approaching that area for a short, which I told you guys 3310. So between 3310 Okay, it's getting there. I mean, it's already at 33.10, but let's wait for it to tap at exactly 3310.79. Okay, 3310.79 is a good area to go short. And then we also have 3314. So get ready. For those who want to short gold, get ready to short it at 3310.79. Okay, 79 is, yeah. So price is almost there. It's literally like very close to it. So let's get ready. Yeah. Okay. So what was I saying? I lost track. I lost what I was saying. Um, let's keep tapping on your screen, guys. Let's get the likes to 20,000. Double tap on your screen. Okay. So what have I explained so far? So I've told you guys what determines whether a candlestick is going to be red or green. Okay, I've explained what the time periods are. I hope you guys understand it. I've told you guys which pair you should focus on trading as a beginner and what time frame to be trading on. Okay. So the next thing we want to talk about or teach you guys is the market structure. Okay, so these candlesticks, each time they're getting created, they are basically forming structures. Okay, so we have two different direction that the price could be heading in. First type of direction we have is called an uptrend. Okay, so it's called an uptrend. And then the second type is called a downtrend. Okay, so we have an uptrend and then we have a downtrend. These are two directions that the price could be in. Either it's trending up or it's trending down. What platform are you using? The platform that I use to trade on is called FXCC. That's the broker that I use, and I trade on MT4. Favorite. Okay, so we have uptrend or we have downtrend. These are two directions that the price could be in. Okay, so now when the price is in an uptrend, how do you visually see that? How do you know the price is in an uptrend? When you look at the candlesticks, okay, they will be it will look like this. Okay, so this is what it will look like when the price is in a, okay, so sorry, this is a downtrend. Okay, so when the price is in a downtrend, this is what it looks like. This is what the candlesticks are forming. They're going lower and lower, forming lower lows, lower highs. Okay, so each time it goes up, it will be the high that it makes will usually be lower than the previous high. Each time it goes down, the low is going to be lower than the previous low. Okay, so this is a downtrend. Uptrend is going to look something like this. The candlesticks are forming higher highs and higher lows. Okay, this is what it looks like when the price is an uptrend. It is forming new highs and new lows. Each time you form a new high, the high is always going to be higher than the previous one. Each time it forms a new low, the low is going to be, let's see, it's going to be lower or, sorry, it's going to be higher than the previous low, okay? What broker can I use in England? I'm not sure. That platform is called FXCC, yeah. What broker do you recommend in Canada? So Musafa, you can use FXCC. Let me just type it. Or Fusion Market. Okay, head over to my bio. You're going to see the link to FXCC. I have it there. These two are good brokers to use if you live in Canada. And if you live anywhere around the world, you can use FXCC. It works in most countries. Okay, so just head over to my bio. You'll see a link to FXCC. Click on it, create your account, deposit, and start trading. If you're a beginner, I don't recommend start trading right away with funds. Make sure you get the skills first, and then you start trading, okay? All right, so like I was saying, this is a downtrend, and then this is an uptrend, okay? So when the candlesticks are getting formed, they're not just randomly getting created. They are actually forming this trend. You know, everything is strategic. The price, the candlesticks, they're not just randomly getting created. Like the way the candle is closing, opening, it is doing that strategically to form these structures, okay? So, but what you are doing when you are trading, you don't want to just focus on a individual candlestick, okay? You want to look at the overall market structure. When you're analyzing, always determine, number one, what is the current market structure? Is the price trending down or is it trending up? Okay, so that's what you want to do. Now, if this makes sense, if you understand it, type in the chat box understood. I want to make sure that I have not lost you guys. Type in the comment section understood or makes sense, something, anything that lets me know that this is making sense. Bob, understood. All right. And for those who are just joining, welcome to the live. Right now, we are basically learning about trading. We're learning about how to analyze the market. If you are a beginner in trading, great place. Make sure you stick around until the end. If you're not able to stick around, that is fine. You can come and join me tomorrow. I will come live again at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, as well as 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I come live every week, Monday to Thursday, and I provide you guys with basic free trading education. Great place to learn about trading if you are a beginner. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and join my free Telegram group so you can get more free signals for free. Okay? Link is in the bio. Which time frame is best to see where is the trend going? Great question. So like I said, 1 hour time frame is a good time frame to look at, right? It's a good time frame to look at for you to see, to find, because there's, how do I explain this? Okay, I don't want to confuse you guys too much, but just start with the 1 hour time frame, okay? Because if you start with the 1 hour time frame, it will be easier for you to find more trading opportunities, okay? So look at the 1 hour time frame. However, other time frames above 1 hour, such as 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and 1 day, they also could have their own different trend. We could be in a downtrend on the 1 hour, but in a daily time frame, we could be in an uptrend. Do you understand? Can you explain downtrend again? Yeah, I'm going to explain it. Okay, this is a class I'm giving out for free, and I really hope it's gonna help you guys. Right? I'm gonna stay live for another 1 hour or so. I should have been gone by now, but since you guys are learning and I'm not too tired yet, I will continue for another 1 hour. Okay. Okay, so downtrend. Okay, so when the price is in a downtrend, the candlesticks, when you open the chart, this is what it's going to look like. Like, for example, this gold chart right now, okay, like what I have right now, if I'm just going to focus on this right here, okay, this could be a downtrend. Okay, why could it be a downtrend? Is because the price is forming lower, it's forming lower lows, okay, lower highs and lower lows. Okay, this here is a form of downtrend that the price is forming right now. Okay, just this right here, this is, a form of downtrend. Okay, so let me, now I'm going to break it down. Okay, I've shown you guys like what a downtrend looks like, and I've shown you guys what an uptrend looks like. Now I'm going to break it down. Okay, I'm going to break it down for you guys. Okay, so now before I break it down here, it looks like mountain going downhill. Yeah, that's what it looks like on the picture that I'm drawing. But when you go to the real chart, sometimes it may not look like that. Sometimes it can be very confusing. Okay, but I'm going to explain it to you guys. And then, I might not be able to explain everything today, but as time goes on, I will explain it. I will explain everything that you need to know so it all makes sense. Okay, let's keep tapping on our screen. Let's get the likes up to 20,000. Okay, we're already at 20,000. Let's get it to 25,000 next target. Tap on your screen, guys, please. Before I can continue, I would appreciate it if everybody can tap on their screen. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Jenny, for the like. So gold, it didn't tap into that exact area, 33, 3,310.76. It hasn't really tapped into that area. So yeah, we're still gonna wait, right? We need to wait for the price to actually tap into that area. If it doesn't, then it is what it is. Okay. So, like I was saying, before I break it down, I want to explain. Support and resistance. Okay. Let me explain support and resistance so that you guys understand. Okay. So, whenever I'm going to start, let me draw a single candlestick. Okay, so whenever we have a red candlestick, okay, whenever we have a red candlestick followed by a green candlestick, this is, okay, a red candlestick, green candlestick, and then the price breaks above that area. Okay, price breaks above that area. For example, this area where there is a red candlestick followed by a green candlestick is an area of support. Okay, this is an area that, what do I mean by support? It's basically an area that if the price comes back to, it could end up bouncing back up. Okay, so this is a form of support. Okay, red candlestick followed by a green. So the red candlestick tells us that the price was dropping, but then the green candlestick got formed. This is telling us that the price basically didn't want to keep going down. So that area, right, where we see the formation of a red candlestick followed by a green is a support area. Okay. So let me write it down. Okay, so support. Now when we have, so when we have a red or a green candlestick rather, okay, followed by, let's tap on our screen guys, followed by a red candlestick, I hope you guys are learning. So we have a green candlestick followed by a red candlestick. This is known as resistance. Okay. Is this making sense? Let me know in the chat box. If it's making sense, type understood. Type understood in the chat box, guys. If this is making sense, I want to make sure y'all are understanding this. Okay. All right. So I hope, okay, you guys understand. Perfect. So red candle followed by green. This is the beginning of how a support gets created. Okay. And then a green candle followed by a red. This is the beginning of how a resistance is created. Okay. So I hope you guys, this is basic trading education. You need to understand this for you to be able to understand how to predict where the price is going to go. Okay. So I'm marking here. Okay. So this is support. This is resistance. Okay. Now, the area of support, okay, so the area of support, like I said, when the price comes back to it, we expect it to bounce back up, okay? We expect that the price is going to be able to bounce back up because it basically formed this support, which means that it doesn't want to go further down from that point. So it's going to bounce back up. When the price is at a resistance, right, it obviously is below it. And then when it comes back to that area, this is an area that we're expecting the price to go back down, right? Because the price, when it came here, it was trying to go up. The green candle is telling us the price was trying to go up, but then the red candle basically came and said, no, we're not going back up. We're stopping right here. So the next time the price comes here, we are going to look for short because we are anticipating that the price is going to go back down from that area. Okay. That is resistance. Okay. So now the next thing you need to understand. Okay. When the price, okay. So this is a resistance. This is a support. When the price breaks above a resistance. So let's assume price created this resistance and then it basically it created that resistance and then it basically started heading down, okay? And then when it came back up, I'm going to put a line at this resistance. Let me just put a line here, okay? So this line here is basically showing me that that is resistance. Let me just I'll make it white, okay? So that white line is showing me that that is a resistance area. Okay, let me move this here. Okay, so now when the price comes and it breaks above this, that resistance, okay, a break, by the way, it means that we see a green candle closing above. Okay, so when you get a green candle closing above, this means that the price has broken the resistance. You understand? This means price has broken the resistance. Now, whenever price breaks a resistance, the resistance turns into support. Okay? So once price has broken the resistance is going to turn into support. By the way, this live here is getting recorded, so you can go and watch it on my, I don't want to say the name, let me actually type it instead. Okay, you can go and watch it on there. Link is in the bio, okay? Just in case, because I know this is a lot of information to remember. So you can always just go to this. The link is in the bio, okay? Go to this place and then you can watch the recording. It's going to be available like right after I'm done the live. You should be able to access it. And when you do access it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed, okay? Okay. So when we break above a resistance, the resistance turns into support. Okay? I hope you guys understand that. Now, for the support, right? For the support, let me put a line to show us that this is a support. Okay, let me put a line here. This is showing us that this is a support. Okay? So for the price to break a support, it means that there has to be a red candle closing below, okay, on the 1 hour, okay. All of this information, use it on the 1 hour time frame for now, okay. Use it on the 1 hour time frame, okay. So when the price breaks below a resistance, or sorry, below a support, that support turns into resistance, okay, because the price is now below it. This means that price is going to struggle to go back above it, okay. So it turns it to resistance. For the resistance here, when the price breaks above it, it turns into support, okay. If you understand that, let me know in the chat box. Say understood. Let's tap on the screen. Let's tap on the screen, guys. If you understood, let me know in the chat box. Say understood. Okay. All right. I see you guys understood. Okay, great. So this is the basic foundation for you to understand support and resistance. Okay. This is how support is getting created. This is how resistance is getting created. This is one form of support and resistance. Okay. So let's move on to the other types. Okay, so we understand that when the price breaks below a support, the support turns into resistance. We understand that when the price breaks above a resistance, the resistance turns into support. Okay, when the price is at a support, you want to look for opportunities to go long. Okay, by the way, when I say long, I don't want to use the other word because of TikTok, but long essentially means this, okay. And then short, when I say short, it basically means this, okay. So I hope that makes sense. All right, so yeah, when the price is at a support, you want to look to go long. When the price is at a resistance, you want to look to go short, if that makes sense. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at the other things about the market. Okay, so remember I told you guys there's two directions that the price could be in. Either we are trending up or we are trending down. Either we are in an uptrend or we are in a downtrend. Okay, so let's start with the downtrend actually. Okay, so let's start with a downtrend. When the price is in a downtrend, it is forming lower highs and lower lows. Okay, lower highs and lower lows. Okay, by the way, to confirm that the price is in a downtrend, you need at least minimum two previous lower lows to confirm that it is in a downtrend. Okay, so now when the price is forming this lower highs and lower lows, okay, the previous low, this is another form of resistance. I've shown you guys one form of resistance. I'm showing you guys another resistance. Okay, so the previous lower low is also a resistance area. Okay, that is a resistance area. The previous lower low is another form of resistance. The previous lower high is also another form of resistance. Okay, so previous lower low is a resistance area, and the previous lower high is also another form of resistance. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then the current low, right? The current low obviously is an area of support, because when the price came to that area, it basically, what it did, it would usually form a red candlestick followed by a green candlestick. Okay, this is what it forms. So it forms support, and then it goes ahead and go back to retest. It's going to go up. So this is the current support. This is the previous resistance. This is also a resistance area. Okay, if this makes sense, let me know in the chat box that you understand what I just explained. If you understood, type understood. Make sure to join the Telegram group. If you're just joining the live, make sure you join the Telegram group. The link is in the bio. This is the place where you can get more trading education, more trade signals completely for free. Link is in my bio. Head over there and join. Okay, perfect. I'm glad that you guys understand. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is I'm explaining to you guys the different forms of resistance that exist. Okay, because if you can understand what a resistance is and the different forms of resistance that exist, you are going to know, you're going to be able to know what the price is about to do if it is at that area, right? Because when the price is at resistance, we are expecting it to go back down. When the price is at support, we are expecting it to go up. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So this is another form of resistance. Okay, in a downtrend, the previous lower low is a resistance, and then the previous lower high is a resistance as well. Okay, we're continuing. Okay, I hope I have not lost you guys. So in a downtrend, let's now continue. Okay, so let's assume the price comes back to this lower low. Okay, and then instead of the price getting rejected, it doesn't get rejected. Okay, maybe it did get rejected, it comes down. Okay, let me just say price comes to this lower high, and then it breaks above it. Okay, price has broken above this lower high. Okay, price broke above that lower high, which used to be resistance. Now remember, whenever the price breaks above a resistance, the resistance is supposed to turn into what? Type it in the comment section if you have been paying attention. Whenever the price breaks above a resistance, the resistance turns into what? Support. Exactly. That is correct. When we break above a resistance, the resistance is supposed to turn into support. Okay? Now remember, the previous lower high is a resistance, right? Price broke above it, so it turns into support. The previous lower low is also a form of resistance. Price broke above it, guess what? It turns into support as well. Okay? Now this lower low here is going to turn into a very strong support if the price breaks above the lower high. Okay, it becomes a strong support when the price successfully closes a 1 hour green candle, 1 hour bullish candle above that lower high. Once that happens, now this area here is going to be a very good area for you to look for long. Okay, so if the price drops back down, it drops back down to this low point. Okay, this area, just know you have a really good area to go long. Okay, majority of the time, this is going to be a very strong area to go long. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. When the price breaks above the lower high, okay, it breaks through, right? It breaks through. This means we get a break inside of it. Price actually closes a 1 hour candle above it, then this is going to turn into support. When the price closes a 1 hour candle above the lower high, that lower high turns into resistance. Now what you want to do, right now I'm just explaining to you guys the different forms of resistance and support that exist. Does this mean that when price comes at this, you should be looking for short? No. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to explain everything today, but over time, I will show you guys how you can combine this knowledge to be able to look for good setup. Okay? Because it's not every time when the price comes to the lower high, it's going to short, right? You shouldn't just look for short every time. And it's not every time when the price comes, at the lower high, it's going to sell. So you have to combine everything that I'm teaching you to be able to predict, make the prediction. Okay, it's kind of like a puzzle. You need to piece the puzzle together. Okay, it's not that hard. Okay, eventually you're gonna get it. Okay, so let's keep tapping on the screen, guys. Let's get the likes to 30,000. If you're just joining the live, welcome. Great to have you here. What I'm doing right now, I'm providing you guys with basic trading knowledge. This is what I do whenever I come live here. I'm here to teach you guys trading, analyzing everything. Great place to learn about trading. If you're a beginner, make sure to follow me on TikTok. Join my free Telegram channel so you can get more trading, education, and free signals. Link is in the bio. Head over to my bio and join it right now if you're not already in it. How long have you been trading? 5 years. I've been trading for 5 years. Okay, so I've shown you guys many forms of resistance and support. Okay, I hope you guys, so far I showed you how many types. One, at least for support, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at least 4 different versions of support and 4 different versions of resistance. Yeah, four different versions. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. So, and then lastly, okay, the last form of resistance that we have in a downtrend. Okay, there's actually two more. I'm going to explain to you. Okay, the second lower high. Okay, the second lower high in this case for this example here. Okay, the second lower high would be this thing right here where the green line is. This is also another form of resistance. Okay, that is also another form of resistance. In fact, not only that, but let me draw. So in a downtrend, price is forming lower highs and lower low, correct? So all these lower highs that you're seeing, they're all forms of resistance for the market. Okay. All right, they're all forms of resistance. Another word for it is supply. Okay, this is an area where the price has a lot of selling pressure. When it comes there, it tends to go down. Okay, so all of these are forms of resistance, and there are areas that when the price comes to, there's a chance it could come back down. Okay, price comes to this one, come back down. Price come to this one, come back down. If you really study the chart really well, and you can see a clear, let's say you see a very clear downtrend that the market was in, and then the price switches from this downtrend to an uptrend, what you're going to notice is that as the price starts the uptrend, what it tends to do, the areas where it tends to pull back down from is the previous lower highs. Okay, each time it approaches the previous lower highs, it tends to retrace. Goes to the next one, retrace. Okay, these are areas where you can anticipate for short if you're someone that's trying to look for shorting opportunities in an uptrend. Okay, and then in an uptrend, the higher low that the price is forming is support. We haven't gotten to the uptrend yet, but we're going to get to that soon. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Okay, so all the lower high in a downtrend is another form of resistance. Okay, hope that makes sense. Now, lastly, another form of resistance, I'm going to explain it to you guys right now. This one might be a little bit more complicated, especially if you're a beginner, but let me explain it anyways. Okay, so this is called the fair value gap. Acronym for it, FVG. Okay, fair value gap. Okay, so fair value gap, we have the version for resistance, and then we have the version for support. What is a fair value gap? Okay, now let me explain to you guys. Before I ask, does anybody know? If you know what a fair value gap is, say yes. If you don't know what a fair value gap is, say no. Type in the chat box. If you know what a fair value gap is, say yes. If you don't know what a fair value gap is, say no. Legacy says yes. Janie says no. Krish says no. Okay. Legacy, yes. If you know what a fair value gap is, say yes. If you don't know what a fair value gap is, say no. Suki says yes. Cecile, yes. Okay, so I can see many of you guys don't know what a fair value gap is. So let me explain to you guys what a fair value gap is. Okay, so basic way to explain it, I'm going to bring up a chart. Let me bring up. Okay, so these candlesticks that you see here on the chart. Okay, here, let me actually draw it here for you first. Okay, we have a candlestick that gets created. Whenever a candlestick gets created, we have 4 information. Initially I said 2, but there's actually 4 information that is provided to you. Okay, we have the opening price, we have the closing price, and then we have the high and low. Okay, the highest points price went to during that time period, and then we have the lowest point that the price went to during that time period. Now, visually, when you're looking at a candlestick, to see the highest point that the price went to, usually the price will create it in a form of, see if I can, yeah, okay, it would create it in a form of wicks, okay? So we have wick at the top and then we have a wick at the bottom, okay? So we have candlesticks. As the candlesticks are getting created, usually we will have wicks, a wick at the bottom like that. It could be a long one, it could be a small one, it could be medium, it doesn't matter. Majority of the time we have wicks. Sometimes we may not have any wicks at all. Okay, so we have wicks at the bottom here and then we have wicks at the top. Now the wick at the bottom is showing you the lowest point price went to during that time period. Okay, so before the candle closed, that was the lowest point it went to before the candle closed, or after the candle, yeah. So, and then the top wick, okay, is showing you the highest point the price went to, you know, before that candle closed. That was the highest point it went to, okay? Now, once this candle is done getting created, a new candle is going to start, right? So when a new candle gets created, let me just draw a new candle here as an example. Now this new candle that gets created, naturally the way the price is going to move, okay, this previous wick here, okay, this previous wick here, if the price is, let me show you the bearish version first, okay? So let's assume the price is actually going down, okay? I'm going to assume the price is going down, maybe, okay, let me make this red. Okay, let's assume price is heading down, okay? So price is heading down. Now the new candle that starts, obviously is going to be below the price, okay? So this new candle, the natural way the candlesticks get created, okay, it always will go ahead and interact with the previous wick, the bottom wick, okay? So if the price is heading down, then this new candle that starts, the wick, the top wick of this candle will go ahead and interact with that candle. Like it's going to go and tap into it, okay? The price will basically revisit that area before it does anything else, okay? It's going to go and revisit that area before it can continue going down, okay? It wants to go and revisit that area to basically close that gap. This is how the market is moving. This is how when a new candlestick gets created, naturally this is what it's supposed to do. Go and close up, go and revisit the previous wick in a downtrend. So when the price is selling, like going down, the previous candle's wick, the bottom wick, price will always have to go and visit it, like tap into it before it can continue going down. Now if the price, okay, if the candle that starts doesn't do that, let me just remove that wick, okay? So let's assume the new candle that starts, when it gets started, instead of going to and tap into this wick here, it doesn't do that at all. Maybe it attempts to, it just goes halfway, but it doesn't actually taps into it, like actually touches it. This is going to leave a gap, okay? This is going to leave a gap, okay? So I'm going to mark this here, okay? This leaves a gap, okay? So this leaves a gap, all right? And then this gap here is what we call a fair value gap, okay? Now, this gap, if it's appearing, okay, above the current candle, okay, let's say the current candle, this is the current candle, and then this gap is appearing above it. This gap here is an area of resistance, okay? That is an area that if the price comes to, we are expecting it to go back down. If this makes sense, type in the comment section that you understood. If you're still confused, say confused, okay? And let me know why you're confused. If it makes sense, type in the chat box, understood. Understood, okay? How about the others? If this is making sense, say understood. If you're confused, say confused. For those who are just joining, welcome. Right now we are learning about trading. I do this every time I come live, Monday to Thursday, starting from 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Second time is at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And make sure to follow me. You can follow me here on TikTok. Join my free Telegram group to get more information for free. Understood, okay? So this is another form of resistance. I showed you guys many forms of resistance, but this is the last one here, a fair value gap. Okay, this is a bearish fair value gap. This is another form of resistance. This is an area that when the price comes to, we are anticipating, okay? It's not guaranteed that it's going to sell from that area, but we are anticipating that it should sell from that area. We're anticipating that it should short from that area, okay? This is the bearish version. Now we have the bullish version as well. The bullish version is basically when it is appearing below the current candlestick. Okay, so let's assume we have a candlestick, where the price is going up. Okay, and then we have a wick at the top. We have a wick at the bottom. Okay, the next candle that starts right here, let's assume, okay, this one here, it creates a wick, or maybe it doesn't create one at all. Now the wick here, the bottom wick, doesn't interact with the previous, wick here, okay? So this leaves us with a fair value gap right there, okay? So that leaves us with a fair value gap. Now, price is above it, so this is an area of support, okay? This is another form of support which the market has. Does this make sense? I hope this makes sense. If you understood this, let me know in the chat box. Say you understand. Just type understood. This is a good understanding to have, okay, about trading. You have to understand all of these things so that you can be able to understand where the price is at every moment. Okay, because I'm providing you guys, I'm basically simplifying this, because if you go on YouTube, I don't really think there's videos on YouTube that really breaks it down, that breaks down these things the way that I'm breaking it down to you. I'm pretty sure even a 5-year-old, if I explain this thing to them, they will be able to understand it. So, yeah. All right, so I'm glad that you guys understood. Okay, so I've explained to you guys the different forms of resistance that you have in the market, right? We have the fair value gap resistance, which looks like this. We have the fair value gap support, which looks like this. Okay, and then we have everything else that I've explained and all that. Okay, so hold on. Okay, I think I've covered everything when it comes to support and resistance. Let me just think if there's anything else I'm missing. There's also trend line, but I don't really want to get into trend line, okay? Because I don't want to encourage you to use a trend line, but yeah, okay. So now that you guys understand, okay, you understand what are the different versions of support and resistance that exist. Now let's move on to the next topic. Okay, we understand what support and resistance is. Now let's understand how we can use them to be able to look for trading opportunities. Okay, combining all this knowledge together. Okay, so I'm going to delete everything that I've just written on this. Let me delete it all. Okay, so when you are analyzing the market, I'm doing great, Melvin. What platform are you trading on? MetaTrader 4 and using the broker FXCC. Okay, so I've explained it to you guys. Now let me show you how you can combine this knowledge with the next thing that I'm about to teach you. Okay, so number one, time period. I told you want to use the 1 hour time period. Just start with that to look for trading setups. Okay, now when you come to the 1 hour time frame, number one thing you want to do is determine what trend the market is in. Okay, now you do this in any time frame. Okay, whether you are looking at the 1 hour, you're looking at the 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, you want to determine what is the current trend. Okay, you want to determine what is the current trend. Is it trending up or is it trending down? Okay, that is the first thing you want to determine. Okay, so let me now explain. Let's start with the downtrend. Okay, so let's assume the price is in a downtrend. Okay, we have analyzed the market and we can see that the price, hold on, yeah, let's tap on our screen, guys. We could be at 50,000 likes right now, but we're still sitting at 30. I don't know why. Let's keep tapping on our screen. If you're enjoying the live so far, tap on your screen, show support. Let's get the likes up. Like this one is a bad example. Okay. I'm showing you guys how to combine this information that I've just taught you so you can look for trading opportunities. Okay, so here we go. Here it is. Okay, so here let's assume the price is in a downtrend. Okay, you've opened the chart and you looked at the overall market structure. You can see that it is clearly in a downtrend. You know that it is in a downtrend because you can see that it is forming lower highs and lower lows. The candlesticks are like this. Okay, so that's the first thing. Okay, sometimes when you're looking at the chart, it might be confusing. You could see it could look like sometimes it can be hard for you to differentiate whether the price is in a downtrend or uptrend. You know, like when you open the chart, it can be like you'll just look at it, you're like, I'm finding it a little bit hard to determine whether the price is in an uptrend or downtrend, because on the right side of it, it kind of looks like it's in an uptrend, but on the left side, it kind of looks like it's in a downtrend. Now, what do? Do I follow what I'm seeing on the right, or do I follow what I'm seeing on the left? Okay, so number one, to be able to clear this confusion, if you open the chart and you cannot really understand whether on the right side the price is actually in an uptrend or downtrend, go and look on the left side to see what has happened. Okay, if the price looks like it was in a downtrend, for example, on the left side, it looks like it was in a downtrend, and then on the right side, it looks like it's an uptrend, go and confirm whether the downtrend has ended or not. Okay, you need to be able to confirm whether the downtrend really ended or not, because it could look like it's in an uptrend on the right side, but that uptrend is actually just a pullback, but the price is pulling back in the form of like it's going to kind of like be forming higher highs and higher lows, which looks like an uptrend, but the overall market structure is actually not an uptrend. It's actually bearish, right? So what is the information that you need to be able to determine whether an uptrend is over or not? Okay, or whether a downtrend is over or not. Okay, so if the price is in a downtrend, three areas are very important. Okay, or should I say two areas are very important: the previous lower high and the second previous lower high. Okay, so when you notice that the price is in a downtrend, number one, you want to mark the previous lower high. To determine what the previous lower high is, first determine what the previous lower low is. When you determine what the previous lower low is, it's going to be easier for you to know what the previous lower high is. Okay, so for example, this downtrend that I have here, this is the previous lower high, so I'm going to just mark it down like this. Okay, and then the previous lower low is right over here, so I'm also going to mark that as well. Okay, I'm going to mark this lower high like this. And then lastly, what I want to do, I also want to mark the second lower high as well. So I'm going to mark the second lower high here just to show you guys. Okay, so that second lower high, let me just make it red. Okay, so for the price to get out of this downtrend that it is in right now, first thing that we need to see that the price has broken. We need to see that the price has broken above the current lower high. Okay, this is usually the first thing that needs to happen for the market to tell us that it wants to switch from this downtrend to an uptrend. It needs to break above the lower high. If it breaks above the lower high, great. Now we have a possibility that the price could actually be switching from a downtrend to an uptrend. Okay, now the last thing that will 100% confirm it is the second lower high. Okay, second lower high now is the next level, that once the price has broken this, okay, sometimes it could break this, but then it actually ends up continue going down and so on. So for us to confirm, one, make sure you see whether the price broke above the second lower high as well. Okay, if the price did successfully break above that second lower high, then you know on the right side of the chart, if you are seeing an uptrend or whatever, then just know that it is correct. The price is no longer in a downtrend. It is now in an uptrend. So you should be looking for opportunities to go long. Do you understand? Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now this is more advanced knowledge, but I'm going to explain it to you guys anyways. Okay, this is advanced knowledge. Okay, however, I will explain it to you guys. Right, so when the price breaks the previous lower high, we know that, okay, there's a possibility that we could be switching from this downtrend to an uptrend. Now this is 100% confirmed when we break the second lower high as well. Okay, so we understand that. Now when the price breaks that second lower high, a lot of the time what's going to happen is that the market is going to now pull back down. Okay, usually is going to leave it's going to create some type of support below that previous lower that second lower high. Is going to create some type of support right there. I'm going to just make it let me actually use actual candlestick. Okay, so remember how I told you we have a support. Okay, one form of support we have is red candlestick followed by a green candlestick, correct? So we have a red candlestick followed by a green candlestick. this is one form of support that the market tends to create for you or for us, okay? So this is one form of support that the price can leave once it has broken above that second lower high. It will leave some type of support like this, either in the form of a red candlestick followed by a green candlestick, or it could actually leave that support in the form of a fair value gap. Okay, so if we don't have any formation of a red candlestick followed by a green candlestick, we could actually have a bullish fair value gap. As an example, I will just type it like this. Okay, put it like this. And sometimes we could actually have both. Okay, sometimes we could have the red candle followed by the green candle type of support, right? And we can also have the fair value gap as well. Okay, so now whichever one comes first, if it's whichever one comes first, if it's the fair value gap that is first, this is the one that price is going to use to come back, retest, and take off. Okay, so this is the one the price is going to come back, retest, and then take off. Okay, if it's the other form of support, the red candle followed by green candle, okay, let's assume maybe there was no fair value gap or whatever, then the price is going to come to that support here, take off, and then continue. Okay, so you can look for opportunities to go long like this. Okay, this is a setup, a trading setup or a trading strategy that you can look for to go long. Okay, when the price is switching from a downtrend to an uptrend. Okay, that's one area. Could we call that head and shoulder pattern? I think it's inverted head and shoulder. Yeah, it's inverted, something like that. Okay, but I don't focus on patterns. Okay, I just focus on the support and resistance and so on. Okay, and the market structure. So this is one area you can look for long. All right, now the other area you could look for long, by the way. So price has switched. It has switched from this downtrend to an uptrend, and now it's going higher. Okay, so a lot of the times the price will, what it's going to do is going to be going higher and higher for me, Now, in the future, sometimes in the future, price is going to suddenly dump. Okay, it's going to dump. Let's say it dumps all the way down. Okay, to here. Okay, when the price comes at this area, if we have a fair value gap, okay, if we have a fair value gap at that area, okay, so we have a fair value gap slightly above the current low. Okay, so remember the current low that was created before the price went ahead and switched from this downtrend to an uptrend. Okay, so if we have a bullish fair value gap slightly above that, around that low point, okay, when the price revisits this fair value gap, this is going to be an area for the market to bounce back up higher. So you could look for opportunity to go long at this area. You set your stop loss below this current low. Okay, so slightly below this current low, you set your stop loss right there. Look to go long here, and then you can target the previous high as you take profit. Okay, for you to be able to catch this move, you have to really properly analyze the market. Number one, confirm that really the price did break above the second lower high. Okay, really confirm that it has broken above the second lower high. And then if you have confirmed that, only then can you look for long at this area. Now only look for this long if you can see that the price actually left a bullish fair value gap. Okay, so that's one confirmation. So if this makes sense, let me know in the chat box, guys. This was a lot more advanced knowledge that I just shared with you guys, but I hope it's making sense. If it's making sense, type in the chat box understood. And I'm going to show you guys an example before I go off. I think I'm going to end it here. I'll show you guys like an example of what I just explained so that you can visually see it in the chart, because right now I just drew it. I drew a bunch of lines and things like that. It may not make sense, but it will make sense when I show the chart. If you understood what I just explained, type understood. Okay, Cecile understands. The lights understand. How about the others? Okay, perfect. Understood. ... Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to show you guys an example. Okay. Let's actually use what pair should I use? I'm gonna use, let me use USDJPY. Okay, I think I had there's many setups to be honest, but let me open up a clean USDJPY chart here. USDJPY. Okay, chart, let's see. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys an example of what I just explained. Okay, so here's USDJPY. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit hard for me to like show the whole screen. Okay, but here, okay, I hope you guys can see this. Okay, so you can see here with USDJPY, it was initially in a downtrend. Okay, this is a downtrend that the price was once in, and then it switched from this downtrend to an uptrend. Okay, currently it's in an uptrend. Okay, now let's confirm when this uptrend started. Okay, so I'm going to now zoom in a little bit. Whenever you're viewing your candlestick, try to like zoom in, make it a little bit bigger like this so that you can be able to properly read the information. Okay, so let's see here. So we have the current low right here. Okay, so this is the current low for this downtrend, and then the previous lower low is this right here. So I'm going to mark it. Let me just mark that area. Okay, so delete. Okay, so the previous lower low is right over here. This is the previous lower low. Okay, so I'm zooming in a little bit so you guys can understand why I'm marking that as the previous lower low. Okay, because this is the current low. Okay, this here is the previous lower low. It is the previous lower low because we see the candle broke. We have a 1 hour candle below that level, right? So this makes it the previous lower low. Okay, I want to go check gold for a minute. Let's see what has happened because it's been, let's see, what has the price done so far? Okay. I can see it's still, yeah, it hasn't gone to our area yet. We're still waiting for gold. Okay, let's keep waiting. So this is the previous lower low, and then the previous lower high is right over here. I'm also going to mark that area down like this. Okay, so that's the previous lower high. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to mark the second lower high. In this case, it's actually going to be this right here. Okay, the reason why is because before this low here, the previous lower low before this one was this right here. Okay, so before the price came down to create this low, this was the previous lower low. Okay, so if this is the previous lower low, this means that this is the previous lower high, because when the price came to this low, it went all the way up here, And then from here is when it crashed and started heading down. Okay. So this is why that is the second lower low. Okay. So I'm going to mark that area down like this. Okay. I'll just put like a line at the wick right there. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, the wick, that's where we want to see the price break. We want to see the price actually breaking above that wick, right? So always include the wick as well. Okay, so now let me zoom in and see what has happened. So remember, price was in a downtrend, right? For the market to switch from this downtrend to an uptrend, the first thing that needs to happen, number one, is we need to break above the current lower high, which it did right here. You can see the price broke above the lower high. Now, whenever price breaks above the lower high, the next thing it tends to do is to go to the second lower high. Okay, majority of the time, that's what happens. So this is actually even a trading setup that you can look for. When the price breaks above that lower high, you can look for opportunities to go long and target the second lower high as your TP. Okay. So price came to the second lower high, and what did it do? Let me zoom in closer. What did it do? When the price came to the second lower high, did we see a break? Let me know in the chat box. Do you guys see that? Did it break it or did it get rejected? Let me know. If you think that the price broke that resistance, then type break. If you think that it got rejected, type rejected. I'm going to be rounding off soon because this has been the longest, I think the longest time I've been live. If you think it broke it, let me know. If you think it got rejected, type rejected. User 76 said rejected. Okay. Okay. So I guess out of 34 people that are watching, what about those watching on the other platform, YouTube? What do you guys think? You think the price broke? This is what I'm talking about. Do you think it broke this resistance? Or did it get rejected? I see. Okay. So most of you guys said it broke it, okay? Those who said it broke it, you are 100% correct, okay? We know that it broke it because we can clearly see the 1 hour candle body is above that resistance, okay? So when this 1 hour candle closed, the candle is actually above that resistance. This means that it broke it. For those who are saying it got rejected, I guess you guys are focusing on this, all this bearish candlestick that you're seeing. This bearish candlestick does not mean it got rejected, okay? The one thing that we need to confirm whether it broke it or not is that we need to see whether the price is going to close a 1 hour candle above the price. Like, I mean, above that resistance. Like, we actually need to see the body of the candle above the price. If let's assume this green candle here, let's say by the time it closed, maybe we just had a wick and then the actual body was below that resistance, then this is not a break, okay? But because the body of that candle is actually above that resistance, this means that it has broken that resistance, okay? So it did break it. It didn't get rejected. Okay, it broke it. Now because it has broke it, now the market is going to pull back down to our support before it can continue going higher. And remember what I told you. The support is in the form. It can be in the form of a bearish candlestick followed by a green candlestick, or it could be in the form of a fair value gap. Okay, it could be in the form of a bullish fair value gap. So if we can look at this area very well, we can see this is the candle, okay, that broke that resistance, right? That's the candle that broke that resistance. So now below this candle, we need to see where is the next area where we see either a fair value gap or a formation of a bearish candlestick followed by a bullish candlestick. In this case, we have it right over here. Look at this. Do you see what the market did? Okay. We had right here a form of support, which after the price broke that resistance, it pulled back down to that area and then boom, it took off. Okay. And you can see it actually came back to it 2 times. So you could have, if you missed out on the first takeoff, then you got another chance to re-enter that area. Okay, you got another chance to enter that area. Now, when you're marking this support, always make sure you mark it starting from the body. Okay, the 2 candles that form that support, the red and the green. You start marking it from the body, the bottom part to the wick. Okay, this is how you mark it. So like how I have it right now, okay? And then you look for your trade setup right there. So you can see how perfectly the price came back there, tapped into it, and then it took off, okay? So that's one area that we could have looked for opportunity to go long. Now, when you go long here, you're going to target, usually you're going to target, you know, the next resistance, right? The next resistance, which is like the next lower high that the price has. Okay, from this downtrend here, you can start targeting all this lower high as a TP. You can have TP number 1 here, number 2, number 3, and so on. Okay, and then your stop loss, where you want to set your stop loss, is going to be slightly below this support. So this area that the price came back to and tap into it, this is where you will set your stop loss, like slightly below it. I would set the stop loss maybe like down here. When I'm buying there, I'll just set the stop loss slightly like below it. You don't want your stop loss to be very close to it because that is too tight. You can see if your stop loss was actually very close, you would have gotten stopped out because look at what the price did. It broke below that and then it took off. Okay. So make sure your stop loss is like a little bit far away from that support. Okay. So that's one area price took off from. Now the next area I tell you guys that the price is going to take off from, okay, is the fair value gap that's near the support, the last support or the last low that was created before the price went ahead and changed the trend. Okay, so in this case, the last support was actually this right here. This is the last support where I have this. I'm going to make it green, or let me make it yellow actually. Okay, so this is the last support or the last low. Okay. Now, the fair value gap, if you look very well, we do have a fair value gap right over here. Okay, so this is a fair value gap right over here that the price actually left for us. And this is very close to this current low here. So like I told you guys, this is an area that when the price comes to, you want to look for opportunity to go long. Go long here, set your stop loss slightly below the current low right there. Okay, and then when you go long here, you should always target whatever the highest point it is that the price went to. In this case, you know, you don't have to target exactly there because you know it's quite far, but the goal is for the price to get there. That's usually where the price is supposed to get to, you know, but sometimes price could just suddenly reverse and start going somewhere else. But one thing is for sure, is that it's going to make its way halfway there. Okay, if it doesn't make its way exactly at that high, it will for sure make its way halfway, like the halfway point. In this case, for USD/JPY, it actually did. Okay, you can see there, after it tapped into the support, it did come like to this halfway point. It came back again at that support, which you could still look for opportunity to go long. Okay, as long as the price hasn't made its way to that actual high, which is like the main target, if the price is coming back at that level again, you can use that to go long again. You know, so you can see it came here a second time and now it has gone ahead. It's now buying higher. Okay, it hasn't made it to the main high, but it could still get there. Okay. So this is it. I can show you even more examples. Okay. It did the same thing over here. You can go and back test this. Okay. But I think I'm going to end it here for today. If you learned anything at all, let me know in the chat box. If you learned something, just say you learned, type learned or something. I don't know. Let me know. I want to know, did you guys learn something today from this live? Let me know in the chat box. Today, I explained to you how you can look for opportunities to go long when the price is switching from a downtrend to an uptrend. Okay, that's what I explained to you guys. How you can look for long when the price goes when it switches from a downtrend to an uptrend. I also taught you guys how you can know when the price is switching from a downtrend to an uptrend. Okay, where are you from? I'm from Congo. But I'm living in Canada right now. Please, were you not coming live again? Oh, okay. Yeah, so I wasn't coming live because my account was kind of like at risk. So I was not coming live on this account. However, I was coming live on my backup account. If you can see on my TikTok live right now, I have attached my backup account right there. So guys, make sure you follow that account, because if you don't see me live on this main account, I will come live on the other account. So make sure you follow that account, Trading with Sarah Backup. That's the only account I have. This one and the other one. That's it. Any other account that you see out there is not mine. Okay. And if you get any message from anybody, it is not me, because I will never send you a message first. You have to be the one that sends me a message first for me to respond to you. Okay. So be very careful, because there's a lot of accounts impersonating me and all that. Thank you for the gift, Scorpio. Okay, but yeah, the next time I'm going to come live again is tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So make sure to tune in, join my Telegram channel so you can get more trading education, even trading signals. I do post them on that group 3 times a week at least. You'll get at least minimum 3 signals a week. So make sure to join that Telegram channel. The link is in the bio. Okay. So I'm glad you guys learned a lot of things. And once again, this free class and live has been recorded. So you can go to my channel to go and watch the recording. Just go to my TikTok bio right now. And then you can click the link that you see there. It will redirect you to this channel. And then just watch it. I'm going to have it uploaded right after I'm done this live. You can go and watch it, take down notes, because I know it was a lot of information that I provided, but over time it's going to make sense once you just keep rewatching it, go and back test it. One way you're going to learn really fast is by back testing. Okay, everything that I've explained to you guys today, you need to go and back test it, right? Open up the chart, select the pairs that I've told you guys in the beginning, such as gold, GBPUSD, EURUSD, EURJPY, USDJPY. Go back to the chart, look at the 1 hour time frame and start back testing. You want to understand and visually be able to see this. Train your eyes. You need to train your eyes to be able to see what I've explained to you. And this is all going to come by practicing. Okay. You're not going to understand this just by hearing me talk about it. You need to go and see it in the charts, okay? And yeah, so that's pretty much it. And if you do want to test out these strategies, if you are new, test it out on a demo account first until you understand. Once you understand it, then you can go ahead and start applying it on a live account, okay? Thank you, Joyce, for the heart. So thank you so much. Can we enter for continuation buys on USDJPY? Okay, let me just check 1 second. Yeah, so for USDJPY, so the way you're going to play with this now, okay, because we know that the market is obviously in an uptrend. As of right now, it is an uptrend. So basically you want to follow this current uptrend. All right, this is the current uptrend that's playing out. So I didn't fully explain how to trade when the price is an uptrend and all that, but I will explain that on the next slide. But for now, you basically, right now, the price is at a resistance. So you don't want to look for trading opportunity at this resistance. You want to mark this current resistance in this current low. And then you can see price got rejected. Okay, so right now USD JPY is most likely going to come down. At least in the short term, it should most likely come back down. So you can look to go long, around here, around 143.99, around that area. You can look for long there, but where it is right now, just be careful. I wouldn't look for long at that area. Okay, but yeah, the best area to go long is around 143.99 and so on. Okay, so with that being said, thank you guys for joining today's live. Thank you for the support, for the likes. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the gifts. Truly appreciate it. Hope you guys have an amazing night or amazing day if it's already daytime over there. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow around 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. If I don't come live around 9:30, just give me like 30 minutes or so and I'll be live. Okay. So with that being said, have yourself a lovely day. Take care and see you tomorrow. Peace out. Eastern time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure to join the Telegram group and subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. Okay? Take care, guys. Peace. Bye.